You confront them about something they did wrong, and somehow, by the end of the conversation, you are the one apologizing. How does that happen? This is not an accident. This is not a coincidence. This is a carefully designed psychological trap, and today, I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Narcissists are some of the most misunderstood people on the planet. On the surface, they seem confident, charming, even inspiring. But underneath that surface is a person who is absolutely terrified. Terrified of being exposed, terrified of being blamed, terrified of losing control. And their number one weapon to avoid all of this is playing the victim. Let's talk about why they do this. Number one, it shifts the blame. When a narcissist does something wrong, the worst thing that can happen to them is taking responsibility. Because deep down, their entire identity is built on being superior, being right, being perfect. The moment they admit fault, that identity collapses. So instead of saying sorry, they flip the script. Suddenly, you were the one who started it. You were the one who overreacted. You were the one who made them act that way. They didn't hurt you. You hurt them by existing. This is called DARVO, deny, attack, reverse victim and offender. It's a psychological manipulation tactic, and narcissists use it almost automatically, without even thinking. Number two, it gets them sympathy. Here's something most people don't understand. Narcissists are obsessed with attention, not just positive attention. Any attention. When they play the victim, people rush to comfort them. People take their side. People feel sorry for them. And that sympathy is fuel. It feeds their ego in the same way praise does. Think about someone you know, who always has a tragic story, who always seems to be surrounded by people who wronged them, who is always the innocent one in every single situation. That pattern is not bad luck. That is a strategy. Number three, it gives them control. When a narcissist plays the victim, they control the narrative. They decide what the story is. They decide who the villain is. And they decide who everyone believes. By the time they're done, your friends think you're the problem. Your family thinks you overreacted. And you start wondering, maybe they're right. Maybe I am the toxic one. This is called gaslighting, and it is one of the most dangerous psychological tactics because it makes you question your own reality, your own memories, your own sanity. Number four, it protects their ego. Here is the truth about narcissists that most people never realize. Behind all that confidence, behind all that arrogance, is an incredibly fragile ego. Psychologists call this narcissistic injury. When a narcissist feels criticized, even slightly, even if you meant no harm, their internal world shatters. The pain they feel is real. But instead of processing that pain, they weaponize it. They turn their wound into your fault. And suddenly, they are the victim of your cruelty. Number five, it's the only way they know how to cope. This is the part that might surprise you. Most narcissists did not choose to be this way. Research shows that narcissistic behavior often develops in childhood. As a defense mechanism, a child who grew up in an environment where showing weakness was dangerous learns to never be wrong, learns to never be vulnerable, learns to always be the one who was hurt first. So when you see a narcissist playing the victim, you are not seeing a monster. You are seeing a wounded child who never learned another way. That doesn't mean you accept the behavior, but it does mean you understand it. So how do you protect yourself? First, trust your memory. Narcissists want you to doubt yourself. Don't. If something happened, It happened. Your feelings are valid. Your experience is real. Second, stop trying to win the argument. You will never out-argue a narcissist because they are not looking for truth. They are looking for control. The moment you engage, you are already losing. Third, set boundaries and stick to them. Not because they will respect them, but because you will. Every time you enforce a boundary, you send a message to yourself that your peace matters more than their approval. And fourth, create distance. Not always physical distance, but emotional distance. Stop investing your energy in someone who uses your empathy against you. The most powerful thing you can do to a narcissist is become unaffected. Here is the final truth. The reason narcissists always play the victim is because it works. It works because you are empathetic. It works because you care. It works because you are the kind of person who genuinely tries to understand others. And that is not a weakness. That is actually your greatest strength. The key is learning who deserves that empathy and who is simply using it. If this video made you think of someone in your life, you already know the answer. Follow for more psychology content. That helps you understand the people around you, and most importantly, yourself.